Down in Austin where the sun burns gold, there's a cold monkey with a heart so bold, tapping on keys like they're made of pure soul, building dreams out of digits, making websites roll. Oh, Austin cold monkey, working all night. SEO wizard making rankings take flight. From the Texas heat to the neon glow, you're the constant king of the SEO show.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty laser-focused, hyper-local search strategy. We've got a stack of research here, all dedicated to figuring out what it takes for a business to really dominate search rankings in a super competitive market like Austin, Texas.
That's exactly right. If you're running an Austin business, maybe a law firm downtown, a little boutique on South Congress, or, a contractor out in Cedar Park, your SEO has got to be more specific than the usual stuff. The core idea we pulled from all this material is pretty clear. If you want to seriously improve your local ranking, your backlinks have to come from local relevant sources.
Yeah.
That's arguably the biggest signal you can send to Google about your local presence.
Okay, so let's unpack that. We basically have a blueprint here, right? A guide that lays out, 12 actionable strategies for getting those really good Austin-specific local links?
Yeah, and what's interesting is it's less about just link building in theory and more about building actual geographic relevance, community trust. So our goal today is to break down these 12 strategies, give you a clear roadmap so you can stop wasting time on links that don't matter locally and start using tactics that actually work in the Austin scene.
All right, let's start with the basics, the why. Why is a link from, say, a local Austin festival so much better than a high authority link from some big national industry blog?
It boils down to context.
Yeah.
Contextual relevance. When Google sees a link from, let's use the example of the Austin Film Festival pointing to your site, it doesn't just see authority, it sees local authority. It basically tells the algorithm, hey, this business is trusted by other established players right here in Austin. That boosts your trust signals, and it also drives really valuable referral traffic, actual local people who are way more likely to become customers.
That makes total sense. Okay, the big question then, how many links are we talking about? Do I need hundreds to even compete in a city the size of Austin?
Thankfully, no. The research suggests it's really quality over quantity here. Depending on how competitive your specific industry is, getting just 10 to 30 high quality, really relevant local links can make a major difference, a measurable impact on your rankings.
Wow, okay, 10 to 30.
Yeah, it makes the whole thing feel much more strategic, less overwhelming.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That feels manageable. But okay, before we dive into the actual tactics, we got to cover the big warning sign. What's the one thing the sources absolutely say not to do?
Avoid paying for links. Just don't do it. The focus has to be completely on earned media, real partnerships, and content-driven outreach. Trying to buy links for a quick boost, it's a short-term gamble that can seriously backfire with Google penalties. We're aiming for sustainable, trustworthy results that actually last.
Got it. Earned links only. Okay, let's jump into the first batch of strategies. We could maybe call this section Building Local Credibility, using that existing Austin infrastructure.
Exactly. These are some quick wins, ways to boost both your link profile and your local presence almost immediately.
Okay, tactic number 1, sponsorships. So this means partnering up with Austin nonprofits, festivals, community groups, that kind of thing.
Precisely. When you sponsor an organization, say Keep Austin Beautiful, or maybe a local school fundraiser, what do you usually get in return?
A link back to your site.
Usually, yeah. A valuable, often high authority backlink, typically right there on their sponsor or partner page. It's like a double win. You're supporting the community and you're getting link equity. Now, there's a little nuance here.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Because money is changing hands. How do you make sure Google doesn't see that as just buying a link, which you just warned against?
That's a really good point. Intent matters here. The difference is about transparency and relevance. The sources suggest focusing on sponsorships where the organization naturally lists its sponsors with their sites or logos, as long as it's clearly presented as a partnership and it's relevant, like, a local bakery sponsoring a local food fair. It signals community involvement, not just a transaction purely for SEO.
Okay. That makes sense. Clear difference. All right, tactic 2, This one feels like a classic. Joining the Austin Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, absolutely essential. Quick win right there. Membership gets you that instant business listing with a strong backlink from a super trusted local domain. Plus, you get all the networking benefits and just general credibility in the Austin business world.
Right. And Tactic 4 kind of expands on that, right? Local directories. This isn't just Google Business Profile. It's about getting to those niche Austin-specific directories too.
Exactly. We're talking sites like Yelp Austin, Austin 360, maybe even industry-specific local lists, architects, lawyers, doctors, whatever your field is. Being listed in the right places, the relevant places, matters almost as much as the link itself.
Okay. And then wrapping up this sort of institutional set is Tactic 7, testimonials, which sounds simple but maybe overlooked.
It's brilliant, really. Relationship-driven link building at its simplest. Let's say you use a local vendor, a supplier, someone you genuinely trust. You write a really good, detailed testimonial for them. Then you just ask, hey, would you mind putting this on your website? And make sure they link back to your site as the source of that glowing review. It's built on trust, mutual benefit.
That's a great, simple strategy. Okay, powerful start. Now let's shift gears a bit. We're moving away from those formal institutions towards stuff driven more by content and collaboration.
Yeah, this next set usually takes a bit more legwork, more execution time, but the payoff in terms of long-term authority can be huge. This is where that Austin-specific focus really shines.
Okay, so Tactic 3, guest posting. This means pitching articles to Austin blogs, lifestyle sites, local business publications. What makes a pitch stand out to a local editor, though?
Hyper-specificity. Don't just pitch 5 marketing tips. Pitch something tailored directly to their Austin audience, like how Austin restaurants can use Instagram Reels to beat the summer slowdown, or navigating Travis County hiring laws for small tech startups. Show you've got real expertise that addresses unique Austin challenges or opportunities.
Gotcha. Okay, Tactic 5 sounds really interesting and specific. Neighborhood resource pages. Can you give an example of what that actually looks like?
Okay, imagine you're, say, a marketing agency in East Austin. You could create a really detailed page on your site called, like, the ultimate guide to small business resources in East Austin. And on that page, you list maybe the top 15 local printers, cool coffee shops for meetings, co-working spaces, maybe even lawyers you recommend in that specific area.
Okay, but just listing them doesn't get you a link back, right?
Yes.
How does that part work?
Right. That's the crucial second step. Once you've published this really valuable list, you reach out to every single business you featured. You show them, hey, we included you in our guide, and then you ask if they'd consider adding a link back from their site to your resource page. It's sort of a reciprocal nod.
Wait a minute, isn't reciprocal linking sometimes frowned upon by Google? How do you avoid making it look like just a scheme?
Good question. Context and value are key here. Like a massive random exchange of links. Yeah, that's risky. But a highly localized, genuinely useful list where the links clearly help the user find other relevant local resources, that's generally okay. It's acting like a helpful local hub, not just a link farm. The goal isn't just the link, it's also driving relevant local traffic between trusted businesses.
Okay, that distinction is super important. All right, let's move to Tactic 10, another one that sounds like it takes some effort. Creating linkable assets, designing stuff that local outlets actually want to link to.
Exactly. Think like a local journalist or researcher. What Austin-specific data is hard to find or useful? Maybe you design an interactive calculator for Travis County property taxes updated every year. Or maybe a super detailed checklist for navigating the permit process for, say, commercial construction in Central Austin, something uniquely valuable and local.
That kind of unique local data does sound like gold. So how do you get the links once you've built this amazing asset?
You don't just stick it on your blog and hope. You got to be proactive. Pitch it to the Austin Business Journal, local real estate blogs, maybe even local news sites. Frame it as a free tool that helps their readers. They'll link to it because it adds value to their content and solves a real problem for their Austin audience.
Nice. Okay, then there's Tactic 9, collaborative guides. This sounds like partnering up with other local businesses.
Yeah, businesses that complement yours but don't directly compete. For example, maybe a local law firm, an accounting firm, and a marketing agency all team up. They co-author a big PDF guide like the Essential Austin Startup Resource Guide for 2024. All 3 companies host it on their sites, and they all link to each other as contributors. It builds shared authority and triples your promotion power.
That's smart. And Tactic 6 kind of bridges the gap between content and the physical community, hosting or co-hosting a local meetup.
Right. And using platforms like Eventbrite or Meetup.com is key here. Just listing the event often gets you some initial backlinks. And if the meetup itself is good, targeted to a specific niche like, I don't know, Austin food tech innovators or East Side creatives networking, you can get press mentions and more links just by creating something newsworthy and valuable locally.
Okay, we've hit the content and collaboration big ones. Now for the last set of strategies. These seem to rely more on like external validation, PR, getting public visibility.
Exactly. These definitely require solid outreach, maybe even a bit of a PR mindset, but they tend to yield those really high authority links. So, tactic 8, getting local news coverage.
Right. Pitching actual unique stories to places like the Austin Business Journal or Community Impact. What's the biggest mistake businesses make here? Just sending a press release about a sale.
Pretty much. News outlets link to stories, not just ads or announcements. The sources really hammer this home. Focus on unique, newsworthy angles, things like your sustainability efforts, maybe some cool tech innovation you've developed, or a significant community impact project. Maybe you created an app specifically designed to help navigate Austin traffic downtown. That's a story they might link to.
Yeah, the example in the research was great. A local cafe that went all in on solar and rainwater harvesting. The story wasn't new cafe opens. It was local biz pioneers sustainable tech.
Exactly. Then tactic 11 is one people might forget about as a link strategy. Submitting to local awards, like the Best of Austin lists or the Austin A list.
How does that help with links?
Because winning or even just getting nominated usually creates a ripple effect of backlinks. You'll likely get links from the award organizer site, from press coverage about the awards, maybe even from other nominees congratulating winners on their own sites. It's built-in third-party validation with links attached.
Clever. Okay, and finally, tactic 12 brings us right into modern networking.
Yeah.
Building relationships with local influencers.
Yeah, this means actually engaging with Austin-based creators. Could be B2B folks on LinkedIn, popular food reviewers on Instagram, maybe local YouTube channels. You offer them something valuable, a collaboration, maybe an exclusive interview, content tailored for their audience that naturally results in them linking back to your site from their trusted local platform. It's all about that trusted referral.
Wow. Okay. So across all 12 tactics, the underlying theme really seems to be that local link building is just relationship building, isn't it? Whether it's with the chamber or a local Instagrammer.
Absolutely. And every good relationship starts with good communication. Clear, concise, not demanding. We promised a tool, and the research included a really simple but effective outreach email template.
Right. Let's break that down quickly. 3 key parts. It starts with what? Genuine recognition.
Yeah, the opening is crucial. Something like, "Hi, Name, I really enjoyed your recent article on topic because," say something specific you like. Show you actually paid attention. Start with a real compliment.
And then, importantly, you pivot immediately to offering value, not just asking for something.
Exactly. You say something like, "I actually just put together a guide on your related topic that tackles specific problem they care about, and I thought your readers might find it super useful as an additional resource."
And it absolutely has to end politely, offering something back, right?
Something like, "Anyway, thanks for considering it. Happy to return the favor sometime or maybe collaborate on something in the future. Let me know." It's polite, it offers value, it's not pushy. You're proposing a partnership, not demanding a link.
Okay, so we've covered all 12 strategies, from those quick institutional wins to the heavier lifts of creating local content and getting community PR.
And just to synthesize that core idea one last time, local link building isn't some technical trick. It's really about showing that your business is a valuable, trusted part of the Austin community fabric, both online and offline. The best links, the ones that last and really work, always come from earned media and real partnerships, not those risky paid shortcuts.
And remember that key finding from the research. Getting just 10 to 30 of these high-quality local links could be a real game changer for your rankings. We've just laid out 12 specific ways to get them. So the question for you to think about today is, if that's the goal, how many of these 12 tactics could you realistically focus on and start implementing, say, in the next month to begin hitting that crucial number?
Start mapping out those local opportunities. That's the perfect place to begin.
We've done the deep dive. Now go put these strategies to work for your Austin business.
Austin Code Monkey delivers expert web design and SEO services for businesses that want more calls, more leads, and more jobs. Our SEO strategies ensure your online presence keeps growing and bringing in results. For more information, call 737-932-7532 or visit our website at austincodemonkey.com.
Austin Code Monkey, working all night. SEO wizard making rankings take flight. From the Texas heat to the neon glow, you're the code swinging king of the SEO show.